Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your weekly gold analysis. This analysis is done Wednesday 19th of June at 9:45 p.m. in the evening. My wave count remains the same at the daily chart level with the exception of my degree of labelling in this piece of movement. This week I've moved it up 1 degree. The bigger picture still sees gold in a big fourth wave zigzag correction trending downwards at cycle degree. Within that zigzag, the structure is within primary wave C. Primary wave C is subdividing as an impulse. We have within the impulse waves 1 and 2 are intermediate degree complete here, and the third wave is extending. At 1, 2, 3, 2, intermediate wave 3 would reach 4.236, the length of intermediate wave 1, an unusual Fibonacci ratio, but mathematically correct, and I have seen it a few times for gold, so it's entirely possible. At 1216, a little bit below that, minor wave 5 within intermediate wave 3 would reach 1.618, the length of minor wave 1. Now, although I've moved my degree of labelling up 1 degree this week, I might consider when the next wave down is complete, it looks like a third wave and it certainly has the momentum of a third wave. When that's complete, I might reconsider the degree of labelling here again. It could go back down 1 degree depending on the length of this next piece of movement. Within minor wave 5, no second wave correction may move beyond the start of the first wave. The invalidation point at the daily chart level will remain at 1423.91. The long-term target remains the same at 1151. Primary wave C will reach 1.618, the length of primary wave A. Let's have a look at what happened last week on the hourly chart with the end of minute 1 and the end of minute 2 up here. Is this low here and this high here. So my last analysis expected a bit of downwards movement and then a bit of upwards movement, which I had expected would be extremely likely to move at least a little bit above this point. That didn't happen, but last week I said to look out for a trend change to the downside and an increase in downwards momentum, and for the last several hours that's exactly what we've seen. So this is a third wave to the downside. At 1300.94, minute wave 3 in its entirety will reach 1.618, the length of minute wave 1, and that target may be about a week away. We may see price get down there before my next analysis or about my next analysis next week for you. Within this third wave, we have a nice 5 down here. This is minuet wave 1, a zigzag up here for minuet wave 2. Minuet wave 3 is incomplete. So far to the downside, we have a series of overlapping first and second waves within it, and I think we've just begun on the corresponding fourth and fifth waves to the downside. So overall for the next week, especially the next few days, I'm expecting a continuation of downwards movement for gold with a series of small fourth wave corrections on the way down. Minuet wave 4, when the third wave is complete, may not move back into minuet wave 1 price territory at some stage over the next week, lasting about a day. To be reasonably in proportion to this correction, we'll expect a larger fourth wave correction that can't move back above 1374.61. My last analysis expected gold to move lower. That's exactly what's happened, and I expect this wave is not over. We're going to see a continuation of downwards movement. That target at 1300 may be met about in a week's time. That's all for me today with your gold analysis, and I hope everybody had a fabulous week.